everybody, welcome back to the Sports Recap. My name is changed. I don't know if I announced this yet, but I have changed my name. It is no longer Lucas Treman. If you're rewatching the series from 2084, bad news. I started out as Lucas Treman. Now I am Weekly Sports Network. There is no network. It is just me. And me only. The creaky ass chair. Jesus Christ. Anyway, let's start it out. Furman! Yeah, we'll get to March news. Ja Morant has gone first overall in homeless. No job for Ja Morant for trying to act hood. Fucking shitty Instagram news articles about this man are hilarious. I love it. The Haas F1 team. This happened I think Monday morning. What happened was the Haas F1 team got zapped. When I mean by zapped, I mean they got. What happened was the Haas team and their Haas suppliers were selling weapons to Russian arms. They were participating in the Russian arms industry. I can't make this up. And which basically means that Haas is gonna suck for the rest of the year for God knows why. Devin Brooks was fined $35,000 for shoving a camera guy into the second row of the grandstands for no reason. That was goofy. Early in the week as well, NASCAR had a bunch of fucking fines. Like, a lot of fines. What I mean by a lot of fines, I mean, Jesus. Most of these have at least been appealed. NASCAR hasn't made a final decision on any of them yet, but, hood louvers from Hendrick, nobody cares. Nobody cares. They were probably cheating, let's not lie here. Kala got zapped for I think the same thing, and Denny got penalized for yeeting Ross Chastain into the wall on purpose. He did on purpose. He's not winning that appeal. I'm not a Dallas fan, but I will say that Ezekiel Elliott getting traded was pretty fucking heartbreaking. I don't know. I hate the Cowboys. I hate them. But the only saving grace on that team was Ezekiel Elliott and his highlights. And that fucking... Whenever he scores a touchdown, they show that fucking shitty animated image of him, and it just makes me giggle every time. So we're gonna go to the March Madness news. Oh, God. Very sad for my home team, Raging Cajuns. And I'm gonna get this out of the way first. Let's go. We have finally made it through the first week of March Madness. I never thought I'd say that. I've been hyping this up for 3 months now, before the show started. But yeah. Furman! Arizona suck. Princeton should have been ranked higher. Purdue. Let's go. Get right. I don't know what else to say. You should no longer be a school. That's the second time that's happened, where a 16 beats a 1. I mean, come on. I fully expected that. I've heard, March Madness has upsets. I saw, 16-1, easy claps. FDU gonna win. But, I thought they were the U. I'm gonna be honest. I thought FDU was, the U back in, what was it, 2004, with the best defense in college football history. It was the early 2000s. It was the U, and they had... Let me be FCU. Because this was FDU was the one that won. And I think FCU is in Southeast or something. So, if you know March Madness, you understand everything I said. But if you don't, good luck. Yeah. Can't wait for Purdue to get flambéed in the round of 32. That's hilarious. Kansas should no longer be a state. I think Kansas was one of the teams that lost. I guess they shouldn't be a state anymore. The USA team beat Venezuela. I didn't watch this game, but I am recording this after the World Baseball Classic finale, and oh boy, you're gonna love that. That's gonna be the main thumbnail for next week. Now we get on the car racing, which really was the only thing that really happened. Like, whenever I say that was the only thing that happened aside from March Madness, it was literally the only thing happening. Aside from maybe the World Baseball Classic, but no one wants to watch fucking Indonesia get blown the fuck out by Cuba. Like, nobody wants to watch that. 1,000 miles of Sebring. We're gonna get to the boring races, and then we're gonna get to the eventful ones. Which is great because we have F1. Yeah, it was F1 at Jeddah, which is typically a disaster, which it was. We have Sebring, which was hosting the endurance races, and Atlanta Superspeedway. So yeah, great lineup here. 1,000 miles of Sebring, the WEC race. They showed a rocket launch with about 20 minutes left in the race. The race is, I think, 8.5 hours long, something around there. I'm like 8 or 9 hours. It's just long as hell. But yeah, they showed a rocket launch, 20 minutes with 20 minutes left in the race. What I mean by a rocket launch, I mean like we're talking like fucking to the International Space Station. I think that was where it was heading, which is honestly pretty cool. Now we get to the 12 hours of Sebring. Oh no, wait, I forgot something. In the 1,000 miles of Sebring, we got the first flip of the motor racing year. It's not the first flip, but like it's the first major flip in all the series, or at least the big ones that people give a fuck about. But yeah, 1,000 miles of Sebring. Ferrari goes off at turn 1. A generic Ferrari things, honestly, at Sebring. Every time there's a Ferrari anywhere at Sebring, it immediately flips within the first hour of the race. I can't explain it. I don't want to explain it. For some reason, it's always the same part of the track. I think this has happened 3 times now in the last like 4 or 5 years, where a Ferrari flips over. This is getting out of hand here, but that was literally the only thing that happened in the 12-hour or the 1,000 miles of Sebring race. Oh yeah, the track is 3.7 miles long, which is long as shit for a racetrack. But 12 hours of Sebring. Now we get to the second Sebring race. The race started well when an LMP car spun around at turn 1 and was stopped directly in the racing line as the GT cars, which weigh like twice as much as it, were going around at race speed. There were like 30 of them, so he didn't get hit. It was perfectly fine, miraculously. I mean, like, you could see they were like starting up the helicopter once that car went around. And they were getting ready. They were like phoning Halifax at that moment. Oh boy. One of the leaders spun around and nosed directly into an LMP3 car, which destroyed both of them for some fucking reason. The BMW blew the fuck up again, which, you know, it just happens. Cars were randomly falling apart. I think they had a car's headlight assembly come out and just get blasted by somebody. That was funny. The Cadillac racing team car caught on fire. I think it was the, what is it? I'm staring at the car diecast right now. What is it? C8, yeah, C8 Corvette. It took me a while. Oh, wait, no, that's a Cadillac. I'm stupid. I thought it was a Corvette. No, I cannot read. The Rolex 24 losers lost a tire, which I think is a sign from God, honestly. Like, I hate to be that guy, but once you lose your tire after, you know, you cheat with the tires, I don't know, that's a tad bit goofy in my opinion. But yeah, they had a melee involving the 3 leaders at the end of the race. With like 18 minutes to go, all the leaders wrecked. All of them. Like, the top 3 plowed into each other. They had one guy get forced off wide, and he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm not turning, and just blasted into someone's door. I mean, genuinely, it'd be like that sometimes. But yes. Truck, Xfinity. Well, no, that's going to be your weekly video. That's going to be the Friday video, is the Xfinity race. Oh boy, y'all are going to love that. But, yeah. Oh, and, We'll get to F1. What has happened? We'll put F1. We'll do F1 right now. Crofty was not in the booth. Alonso did a goof and did not win. I don't know why the fuck he couldn't pull into his stall properly. Or no, it wasn't a stall. It was the goddamn starting box, whatever the fuck it is. Why? You've been here for like 12, 20 years. How do you not know how to do that? Stroll blows the fuck up. Alban's brake broke and he quit. Genuinely, my reaction. Perez won and the race ended. I don't know what else you wanted. The race is boring as hell. Nothing happened. Like they weren't even racing through half of it. Like that's my problem with F1. Like I'll watch the first half of the race, but I'm not gonna sit around and watch a train of cars drive around with like 10 seconds between each other. I'm not watching that garbage. Oh boy. But yeah, the Cup weekend started out with 3 cars crashing in qualifying, which is a horrible sign. Along with this, I wish I could make this up. There was someone on YouTube who is documenting driving around, getting to Atlanta Motor Speedway, and passing like 7 car accidents. And they weren't even like fender benders. They're like front end is destroyed. Like, how does this happen? I swear, why is my Google Doc saying trying to connect with one period? Why? But thank God it left. Yeah, prediction. This is my truck Atlanta prediction, right? I was predicting the big one in stage 1, 2 flips, 2 red flags, and the race ending early. Whether that's because of darkness or because of Xfinity, whichever one. Jack Wood was leading the race at one point and then got yeeted out of the lead. Someone missed a shift on a restart and piled up everybody. What else happened? Oh yeah, this happened in the start of the race, but Hayden Honeycutt broke the fucking car while leading in the inside line. It could have crashed the entire field. I saw that car stop and I was like, oh Jesus, the big one, everybody. I mean, like, there were people in the grandstands running up the stairs getting out of the fucking splash zone. Like, it was chaos. But yeah, not much happened in that race. And it was actually a pretty high race. They had a lot of single file racing, but what can you expect? Josh fucking Williams. Oh yeah, every crash. That's crazy. But yeah, now we get a Cup. This is going to be the big event. Biggest event in my opinion. 3 cars crashing in qualifying. Only 3 crashes in the race. That's a big plus. They had Kevin Harvick getting spun by Ross Chastain for probably not Ross's fault. He just was like, man, fuck it, we going. And Kevin Harvick couldn't handle that shit, and he decided, fuck it, I'm crashing. Eric Almirola blew a fucking tire and killed Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson and Eric Almirola cannot finish these races. Like, I regret to inform y'all, but these guys have like a fucking 12% finish ratio. I don't think either of them have even won a super speedway race. Like, Almirola is pretty good, and Kyle Larson's serviceable. Like, I don't know how neither of these guys have won. Well, I mean, they flip every race, so that's probably... the last 44 laps of the race went green. And that's... honestly, last 44 laps, I can live with that. Race probably would have gone green up until maybe lap 200. They had Bubba Wallace crash out in stage. Well, he didn't crash out. He just crashed. In stage 1, which, I mean, come on, like, I think he lost control. He got like loose or some goofy shit like that and crashed into the inside wall. The car didn't bend at all, so I didn't know what to think. And then they showed that aerial overhead shot of that car slamming into the inside wall. And then they showed the in-car camera of his head snapping and hitting the fucking A-pillar of the car. Like, we need to address that goofy shit. Because he hits with the front left, the car does not bend any bit. Safer barrier doesn't move any bit, and his head is like ricocheting inside the car. That's a goofy problem, bro. I'm gonna be one. That's a goofy out problem. But yeah, Brad thought about killing Joey Logano. Y'all think I'm lying? He did. You could tell he was looking at Joey Logano in front of him and thinking, just like Edwards. If I just go into the W yellow, then he'll follow me. Then I'll kill him. But yeah, unpopular opinion, but this is the best Atlanta race I've ever seen. I don't care what anyone else has to say. I've been watching this sport for like I've watched like 6 or 7 Atlanta races, and this is honestly the best race I've ever seen. Like there was a lot of like genuinely, I expected everyone to just like, "Man, race suck," and move on, but they had a lot of positive comments about this race. Like surprising me, it was like, "Oh, this race is actually not garbage." Like it had a lot of single file racing, but genuinely the single file racing was better than big ass pile up every lap. I mean, it's honestly a good race. Honestly, a good race. What will I rate it? Maybe 6.8 out of 10. Like, it's not worth 7, it's not worth 6.5, so we'll give it 6.8. But yeah, short episode. I mean, it's already over. Well, I say that as I mean, come on, this Xfinity race is going to be like 4 hours long, so yeah. Get ready for that. That's going to come out Friday. But yeah, this has been Lucas Treman. Oh no, it's not Lucas Treman. Oh, damn, I'm stupid. This is Weekly Sports Network. Follow me on Twitter. I changed my Twitter handle to Weekly Sports Network as well. So yeah, see y'all later.